ran out of money buying this propane, buddy.
We'll get a bigger charge card.
I hope you get money for lunch. Welcome to Two Guys Garage. Well, we got a tank full of propane, but we're not cooking out.
Nope, we're going to show you a really unique way to build some power with this diesel pickup.
We got a great installation. It's real interesting, so stick around. Get everything you need there?
Well, I think so.
All right, buddy, I think I got this all laid out here. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think we're going to be ready under here.
All right, this is what we're dealing with. We've got a propane kit here. This is a propane injection kit for a diesel. This is from Bully Dog Technology, and this, of course, is the tank where we're going to store the propane.
Now, so what this does, we're going to be able to turn the propane on, and when the boost level inside the manifold gets to a certain level, then we're going to be able to inject propane into the system. Propane does a couple things. It's going to cool down the charge, but when we get into the combustion chamber, it's going to give us more burn. Now remember, it takes spark to ignite it. That's what the combustion of the diesel fuel does. That gives us the spark, that gives us the fire, and then we ignite the propane, get a longer burn during the crown of the piston, so we get more torque, more horsepower.
Longer burn, more power, and of course also helps with fuel economy. It's a standard propane tank with the fill valve. You get a remote hose with it, so this is mounted underneath the truck, and you can fill it easy. You're not going to have to crawl under to do it. It's got the vent valves on it, and there is a specific position.
There is. This is the fill valve here. This is the vent valve, just like if you were filling your barbecue grill and they open it and vent out the air. And of course, then this is the main valve that's going to allow the propane to go back to the engine.
And the propane is going to go to this device, and this is a double device. This is not only a pressure regulator, but it's a vaporizer. If you look right here, you can see we've got two fittings. These are for hoses. They're going to run to the heater hoses of the engine. We're going to circulate engine coolant through that. What that does for us, first off, in cold weather, it's not going to freeze. You're not going to freeze from the gas flowing, of course, and also it's going to keep it warm. That'll vaporize it.
We're going to have a tremendous pressure drop right at that point right there, which always wants to make the cooling and the freezing effect. We got to have the coolant to keep that from happening.
Right. So the other thing is we've got a solenoid here that when the propane is hosed to this and passes through it, when the solenoid energizes, it allows it to flow to what they call a sparge tube. That's this nozzle right here. And it's just a nozzle that injects. We're going to put this in the ductwork between the air filter and the turbocharger. And of course, when it calls for boost, when the boost gets up, the switch is going to close. When the switch closes, the solenoid on our regulator opens and passes the thing. And it's all hooked together with these hoses right here. So it's not a bad kit. Got a nice set of instructions. Got all the components you need with it.
The other switch is there. Guy brought us one that matches interior in his truck, but he can turn this unit off and on. So if he doesn't want it to have propane injection, cuts the switch off. When he turns it on, boost hits the right amount, away we go.
It's going to help you with power, and it's going to help you with fuel economy. We'll go ahead and start putting this in.
Sounds like a deal.
Who gets the bottom job?
The one with the most weight, right?
All right, let's go. You know, putting this kit in from Bully Dog Technologies, if you follow the instructions and go step by step, it's not bad. One of the first things we have to do is mount our vaporizer and pressure regulator. It's got to be in the engine compartment because they'd like to have it no more than 20 inches maximum from the turbocharger inlet or from the air filter. So, and, you know, of course, room in here makes a difference where you're going to put it. We've got a place right here, right by the battery. And what McBride found, a couple of bolts here from the radiator core support. So we just took a little piece of aluminum, bent it up. This guy will mount on here like so. And, of course, once we have this on there, that'll bolt in, and we'll be able to run our lines from the propane tank to it, and also the lines from the cooling system.
The lines from the cooling system, of course, are going to keep our vaporizer warm, and I found right here coming off the front of the water pump and going back to the heater core that I can cut right here, and then with the barb fittings that come with the kit, one's a 90, one's a straight through, go right in here, and that'll feed the hot water right over to the vaporizer.
Right, that'll work fine. Now let me show you about the intake tube. This is what they call their sparge tube. This is actually like a nozzle, okay? And you can see this nozzle's got a 90-degree bend in it. We're going to drill a 3/4 hole in it. We're going to bolt it up. But you look down inside here and you can see there's a air charge temperature sensor. That's this little deal right here. Okay, that goes in there and measures the incoming air temperature. You want to make sure when you drill into it that you look before you do that and don't interfere with it. And of course, this is the non-pressurized side. What this is going to do is this is going to hook up to the air filter. We'll be able to run our line right to it.
And then for the pressurized side, I'm going to have to go ahead and take this tube off right here. This comes from the intercooler and goes to the intake. We're going to have to drill and tap that and put our pressure switch in. Once we have that mounted, got to wire it, of course, into the system, and then it'll turn it on and off when we reach the right boost level.
Okay, let's put some of this together. All right, we're under our F-350 here. This is a nice truck. It's a dually, and this is where the tank mounts. Right up here on the side of the chassis, you got some great brackets. And of course, you want to keep it just like this. The chassis protects it. It's inboard of the running board and the pinch seam. It's a great place to put it. And there is a right and a wrong way to put this tank up. It's got a little tab on it that says top. Obviously, it goes to the top. Don't put it inverted because you want to make sure you get vapor, not liquid. Now, right here, we got our valve. This is our main valve that opens up, lets the propane flow to the regulator. We got our little bleeder valve, and we've got our remote, our fill valve here, but you don't want to crawl under the truck to fill it. So I got to do some plumbing before I put the guard up. What we have here is a remote fill setup, and this is the little valve where they hook up to it, turn the valve on, and it pushes that in. And of course, when the tank is full, it's pressurized. It'll hold that against the seat, just like a dry brake, and you're not going to have any leaks. And right beside it, of course, you got your little bleeder valve that you have to have open when you fill it up. This is on a little bracket. Going to mount right here, nice place on the body. That's just behind the running board, just ahead of the rear wheels. And of course, here's a tip. Any place you have any plumbing where you're going to use sealer on the threads, make sure that you put a good sealer, not a ribbon sealer, because it has a habit of little pieces tearing off. It goes through the system, can plug up your nozzle. Use a good paste sealer or a tube sealer, and that'll work good. That way you won't have any gas leaks. And of course, we have a bracket that's going to go up. Once I have all the plumbing done, this will go right up here. Offers more protection. That's a guard for all of those things. That'll work great. I won't put it in until I put the plumbing in. I'll go ahead and mount this. Right now, we're going to take a break, but don't go away, because when we come back, we're going to have Dave Bowman take us to the place where these guys built this stuff.
Welcome back. Well, we've completed the propane injection kit. You know, it went pretty easy. Just follow the instructions, it'll go right along. Bully Dog makes all kinds of products for diesel pickups. Right now they have a brand new innovative product, and Dave Bowman's up there taking a look at it. So I'm going to take this thing for a test ride and see how it works.
Hey guys, thanks. That was a great apple pie. Hey folks, I'm here in Aberdeen, Idaho. We're looking for Bully Dog Technologies, but unfortunately it got a little bit diverted. Found this wonderful little restaurant in here, and boy, have they got great apple pie. Well, somebody told me Bully Dog is located here in Aberdeen, but so far I haven't found them. Then I found out they're located outside of town someplace. But we're going to see if we can find them, so come on. Well, let's see what Bart Miller and the gang here at Bully Dog have in store for us. Well, I see some legs hanging out behind this door. Maybe that's Bart. And it is Bart. Hello there,
Dave.
buddy.
How are you?
you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Folks, meet Bart Miller with Bully Dog Technologies. So, you know, I was in Aberdeen. I stopped in there, found a great restaurant, by the way, and I was looking for you guys. They said, no, you're out in the country somewhere. I couldn't believe how far out you are. You are in farm country, that's for sure. Why?
Well, the reason being is the Clausens, obviously being farmers, live in a farming area, which is right here. The father needed more horsepower in his tractor. Back in the olden days, a lot of people that needed more horsepower would install a propane kit. So Harold, knowing that, started to play around with propane, and then it led into the diesel pickup.
So you took propane and bounced off of that and developed a whole performance line.
Well, now, obviously, we have our modules that we put underneath the hood, which is we have the rapid power, the dyno dominator. As we build those, we found some different issues, obviously, because they do go underneath the hood. They have to work the full time the pickup's on. So it's kind of evolved from there into our downloader market, because the downloader is obviously more reliable, they're easier to use, you don't even have to get your hands dirty to put one in, because the downloader, you just open your door of your pickup, find your OBD2 port, you stick it in, unleash the power, you're ready to go.
What else you been working on?
Well, some other exciting things that people kind of take for granted is our exhaust. I mean, we spend a lot of time developing our exhaust, putting them on each vehicle. You know, we have different sizes from 4-inch clear up to 6-inch, but we want to make the ideal application for the horsepower the consumer's looking for. So we spend a lot of time with our exhaust. Then we let into our intakes. I mean, filters are a big difference to diesel pickups, how much air they're getting into them, so an intake makes a big difference. So we kind of just moved from different applications throughout your vehicle to make it more efficient.
As I was walking through, I noticed you're even assembling nitrous kits now.
We do have nitrous kits that go on diesel pickups to make them faster, and that's more of a race application, but really exciting and fun to play with.
All right, now that you have all these performance goodies and you put them on a vehicle, you get more horsepower, certainly a lot more torque, but the next thing that happens is it always exposes the weakest link in the system. Usually that's the transmission. What are you doing for that?
Well, you know, that's a great question, Dave. Let's go up to the other shop. I'll show you what we're doing with our transmissions.
All right, Bart. These are the trucks now that you guys have built up? Oh, yeah. Man, is this neat.
They sure are. This truck right here is one that we're making into a race truck, so it doesn't have much done. We'll be at SEMA. Bold Elegance, obviously, is a truck that's been featured on a lot of different things. Got the barbecue grill,
oh,
you know, the
Diesel
refrigerator.
Adrenaline. I remember that one.
Diesel Adrenaline, what a great name. I mean, that is an adrenaline kick to drive that truck when you're even with a semi driving down the road.
That's
it's
outrageous.
Lot of fun. Yeah, it's awesome. Then Mr. Universe, what's really kicked us off, this truck's got everything on it.
Even the bugs.
Yeah, pulls well, yeah. You know, we use these trucks. These are not just show trucks, Dave. We pull with them, we race them. We do everything to these trucks. We don't want people just to think we have pretty boy trucks.
Now, what's this one?
This is the ultimate truck. This truck has everything on it. I mean, this thing's got our download in it. It's got a module on it. It's got a 5-inch exhaust with the big old 6-inch tip on it. It's got our race transmission. It's got an intake in it.
Nitrous?
It's got nitrous. Of course it's got nitrous.
Hey,
it's got gauges. It's got our outlook module in it. Let's go for a ride.
Thank goodness.
Okay, Dave, hang on.
I can see this is your test track.
Yeah, this is where we have to go out and try them out. You know, everybody's got to have fun with their toys.
Boy, this does accelerate. Hard to believe this is a diesel truck.
That's what makes our industry so fun. We can get so much horsepower safely in a diesel pickup.
So is this the shop where you do the transmission work?
We build the race trannies here and all of our trannies here.
I like this log cabin effect that you have. That's great. Bart, I'll tell you what, that was one heck of a ride, man. You could really feel that transmission shifting. So what do you guys do to these Allison transmissions?
Well, we do basic things from shift enhancer kits clear up to our race transmission. And what we're doing is we're taking our clutch packs, we're actually making them smaller so we can get more clutches inside of that transmission. We're taking our torque converter, we're putting fins in it so that it actually will hold more horsepower while you're going down there doing those shifts. And then once again, back to the basics, the shift enhancer.
Boy, I'll tell you what, you could really feel it. That's impressive.
Isn't it, though?
Yeah.
But, Dave, I got something so exciting for you back at the shop. I can't hardly wait to get you back there.
What do you got back there?
I can't tell you now, but I'm going to. It's exciting.
Well, folks, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to find out what Bart's got back there, so stick around. Hey, welcome back to Two Guys Garage. We're here in Aberdeen, Idaho, home of Bully Dog Technologies. Now, Bart, we've seen all the neat performance things you've got for diesel pickups, but this looks like a brand new product you have out here. This is called the Triple Dog Power Pup. Tell me about that.
Well, Dave, the Triple Dog Power Pup is a new downloader that we have on the market that works on Ford, Dodge, and Chevy. Also, all vehicles adjustable on the fly, which means you change all the mapping on the fly. Also, internet upgradable. But the cool thing about it, Dave, is we have a master downloader with our jobbers that you can go in and get free horsepower before you buy.
Well, how are you going to make any money doing that?
We're going to give you 3 days, depending on how you drive, to be able to go out, try this download at no cost to you. Here's a stock dyno run of the truck. Then we're going to put the free horsepower in. You can see 70 horsepower increase. Then you see we go right back to stock.
Okay, so let me see if I understand this now. Sam and Dave and I, we can go out to our local Bully Dog dealer. We can get a free download, go out and play for a while, and then when it runs out, then if we really like it that much, then we can go buy a download for our vehicle, right?
That's exactly right. And the great thing about that is that you get all in one, Ford, Dodge, and Chevy. Also, all those vehicles, Dave, are adjustable on the fly. That means you can adjust the maps on the fly, not just defuel it. Also, you can do that with just the downloader itself or you can combine it with the Outlook module and do it that way. We suggest you do it with the Outlook module because then you can obviously
You keep track of what's going on.
That's exactly right, Dave.
Yeah.
Keep track of your temperatures, all that kind of stuff. That's what's so unique about that.
Well, that sounds like a no-risk deal to me.
That's what we're
Now,
hoping for.
Let me ask you this. I got a truck, I buy the downloader, I'm really happy with it, and then I get rid of the truck. So now what do I do with the downloader? I mean, I've kind of spent all that money and...
That's a great question. What you can do is you take your vehicle back to stock. Then you go and you put it in your new vehicle and you unleash the power. Now let's say it's a newer vehicle or there's a program change within that vehicle, then you just jump on the internet, just like it says right here, internet upgradable, and you'll be able to use this device right here, just a USB cable, and you'll be able to get the different upgrades that you need.
Boy, I'll tell you what, that is fantastic technology. Guys, guess where we're going to be when I get home?
Hey, I'm in our F-350 Ford that we just put the Bully Dog propane kit out for this test ride. Show you how it works. We get going, just turn the switch on. Once we reach 7 pounds of boost, instantly the propane comes in. It doesn't come in when we're out of the throttle. That's really great, so it's going to help the guy's mileage because it cools down the charge. But yet when we turn it on, we get 20% increase. 20% increase in our fuel mileage. The other nice thing about it is when he's towing, needs the boost, it comes into the boost, instantly it's going to come in. Now the other nice thing, Bully Dog has a lot of other products for this type vehicle. Diesel pickup, look at all the stuff that Dave Bowman just showed us. I really like the way the truck performs. 7 pounds of boost, automatic, don't have to worry about it. Right now, we got to take a break. I'm going to finish this test drive, but stick around because we come back, we're going to be in the parts room.
Here's this week's Castrol Tech Tip. Winter can be the cruelest season of the year for your car. Short trips and sub-zero temperatures make your engine work harder and harder. That's why it's crucial to have clean oil to prevent moisture buildup as well as other contaminants from overtaking your engine. So before the snowflakes fly, make sure you're prepared. Castrol provides the lubrication and protection your engine requires in a variety of oils that will fit your every need. Castrol GTX High Mileage. It helps older cars feel young again.
So how was the test ride without me?
Oh, it was fine. Absolutely great. And when you have that switch armed and you kick it and the boost hits 7 pounds, that thing really sets you back in the seat. I'm impressed.
Well, I'm impressed here with the Drill Doctor. I don't have the big one. You're going to have to get me this one. This is the Drill Doctor Model 750. And this thing will save you time and money.
Boy, it's great around the shop. It's going to restore split point, 118 degree and 135 degree drill bits.
It'll do masonry drill bits. And it's got a replaceable diamond sharpening wheel. And, of course, this particular model's got the 2 chucks in it, and it'll sharpen drill bits up to 3/4 of an inch.
That's a big bit.
It'll save you a lot of money on the job, particularly if you got some drill bits that get dulled, the way to go. Now, when it comes to thermostats, thermostats are real important. This is what protects your engine against overheating. These are from Motor Out of America. It's called a fail-safe thermostat. And, these are designed to offer maximum protection for hard-working and problem engines like this diesel, and it protects them from serious and expensive damage.
And the protection comes from the fact that if the thermostat fails, it fails in the open position. That means you're not going to scald an engine. That's a problem when a thermostat sticks. You boil all the coolant out, you lose everything, and you scald the engine. Now, of course, when that happens, you've got to replace the thermostat because the internal parts in it have failed also.
Right. These things, fail in the open position. You're not going to overheat it. They do a great job. They meet all the OE specifications. They're stainless steel. They're really well constructed. And you can get these for all different models, different temperature ranges. It's a great way to go.
They're 100% calibrated, too.
Now, when it comes to heat, 9 out of 10 transmissions burn up from heat. If you want to protect your transmission from overheating, here's a great product from International Lubricants. This is called LubeGuard Automatic Transmission Protectant. Just put it in your transmission oil, and it's great stuff.
And this is endorsed, recommended, and approved by OEMs. That's original equipment manufacturers and over thousands of different professionals around the country.
And what it does is this increases the fluid's ability to transfer heat. It's a good heat exchange fluid, okay? Prevents torque converter shudder, clutch chatter, It extends the tranny fluid life and the transmission life.
And it also provides smoother shifts, which everyone can feel that driving their car.
So put this in your transmission, and it'll make it last a long time. You can get it at parts stores everywhere. All right.
I bet you want to go for a ride.
I really would like to go for a ride. In fact, I'd like to drive it.
Well, that probably could be arranged.
Please. How about if I buy?
For more information about anything you've seen on today's show, link to our website through speedtv.com or visit us at twoguysgarage.com.
You know, picking up as we went along made things a lot easier right now.
Yeah, it makes it easier to find them the next time, too.
That's right. Hey, welcome back to Two Guys Garage. Well, hope you enjoyed what Dave Bowman showed you up there at Bully Dog Technologies. They make some great stuff. And, you know, it's a great way to go. You get yourself programmed a chip in your car, in your truck. You got, 60, 70, 80 extra horsepower. You ride down the road and you really get to enjoy it because it's going to dissipate, but that'll make you go back and get yourself a Bully Dog module for your truck.
Or, in addition to the module, you can do what we did. Put the propane kit on here. That adds about 80 horsepower. Pretty easy installation, as you saw. Just follow the instructions.
And one of the things in the instructions, by the way, shows you right here, this regulator and vaporizer system we put in. Okay, make that screw accessible so you can get to it, because there is an adjustment there, and you want to be able to get at that. What you do basically is, with it running and the propane flowing, you turn that screw in onto the regulator until the engine runs rough, following the instructions, about a half a turn out. When the engine's smooth out, you're all set. But remember, it only flows when you're in boost.
And you're not going to be in boost when it's here at idle. So what you're going to have to do is turn on the arming switch, then jump that pressure switch. Now that's going to turn the solenoid on, then just follow the instructions or what Sam just said.
That's great. And it's a great way to go. And of course, the propane tank is an 8-gallon tank, and the ratio that you're going to use of propane to fuel is about 1 gallon of propane to every 8 gallons of diesel fuel.
Most of these trucks have 40-gallon tanks on, so that means you're going to burn about 5 gallons of propane. But the propane only comes on when you're in boost, so it's actually going to be a lot more than that.
All right, when you really work in the truck, you'll get the propane, you'll feel that torque, it'll really push you down the road, and don't forget, it'll improve your fuel economy as well as your power. Well, hope you learned something today about building some diesel power. We'll see you next time here at Two Guys Garage.
See ya.
All right, I'm trying to give you all of these gear ratchets. You wiped off some of these as you went along, because they're usually a lot dirtier than that.
I know that. Well, yeah, it wasn't really a dirty job today. It was just taking time to get through and do it.
Now, I'll tell you what, you got that.